One of the best things about cruising is eating, but don't make these dining mistakes. When you get on the ship on embarkation day, do not go to the buffet. It tends to be overcrowded because that's the only place that people really know where to get to. Instead, try to go to one of the main dining rooms, and because they do serve lunch on embarkation day, or do what we like to do. We like to hit up one of those like grab and go kind of spots. Our favorite is Salty Dog, and it's kind of our routine now where we always go to Salty Dog to grab a quick burger and have a little relaxing time. It's a little faster than like going to the main dining room, but I do want to try the main dining room probably on our next cruise when we do our back to backs. Not all the dining rooms are open at the same time. So, for instance, there might only be one dining room that is open for breakfast. You need to pay attention to your opening times of your dining room because otherwise you might be going to the wrong dining room for breakfast, for instance, or for lunch and being like, okay, why isn't it open? So check your princess pattern because it's going to tell you which dining room you need to go to for breakfast and lunch. Your dining for dinner will be different because it's going to be based off of what type of dining you're doing. And usually they'll be in the app and you can see like with your dining reservation, which dining room you're going to. So you want to make sure that you are going to the right dining room because if you're just trying to go for breakfast, you can't just go to any dining room. But we highly recommend going for breakfast to the dining room because it is such a more like chill experience than trying to go to the buffet. We see this a lot with first time cruisers. So if you're a first time cruiser, don't make this mistake. And that is not knowing which dining room your reservations are at. So many times we'll have people come say like, they go to Juno and they're like, I'm here for my dinner. And they're like, your reservation is actually with Skagway. So you need to pay attention to on the app, like I said, in your dining reservations, it will tell you which dining room you are going to. Make sure you go to the right dining room because it can kind of be a little tricky when you have three different dining rooms for dinner. So make sure you check out the app on your dining reservation and get to the right dining room. And if you've made like some reservations that are a little bit different and you're doing some reservations and you're doing some walk-in days, that kind of thing, you need to know which dining rooms are doing which for dinner because you might have to go to a different dining room if you're doing walk-in than if you did a dining reservation. You also need to know where those dining rooms are. There is always, on every ship that we've ever been on with Princess, been a dining room that you can only access from the aft elevators, from the back elevators. Even on the Sun Princess, where all the dining rooms are in the aft in the back, you still have the one dining room that you can only access from the back. So with the Sun and probably going to be with the Star, you do have all of them in the back. So you have the Sanctuary one will be on 8 because 9 is the buffet above it. And then you'll have one on 7 and 6. And 6 you can only access from the aft elevators. You can't just like walk through the ship and get to it like you can with the other restaurants. So the Royal and the Grand Class ships, you always have 2 that are going to be midship that you can access through any deck. But then you always have one in the aft, in the back, that you can only access by going to, say, deck 7 and going all the way to the back and then down to 6, that kind of thing. So you're going to have to pay attention to where those dining rooms are if you are, say, for instance, looking for catch a can for breakfast. Catch a can for breakfast, you have to go across to deck 7 and down to deck 6, if I'm remembering correctly. The exception to this is the Coral class, because Coral class actually only have 2 dining rooms, and their dining, including their buffet, is in the forward of the ship, in the front of the ship. So for the Coral class ships, you actually don't have to worry too much about this because you're just looking for one of those 2 dining rooms, and both of them are more towards the forward, and you can access them through, I think they call it the atrium, not the piazza on that ship. So you can access it through that without any problems. But again, you want to know how to get to these ahead of time. And so you're not wandering around the ship aimlessly. Again, we've seen time and time again, we are standing at one restaurant and people will be like, I don't know how to get to Ketchikan. How do I get to Ketchikan? And there's always like that one dining room that we're like, oh, you have to actually go up a deck, across, and then down kind of thing, because you cannot access it from the midship elevators or obviously the forward ship elevators. You have to go up to a deck that you can go all the way across to the aft and then down. So check out those deck plans because they can get quite confusing. This is a big mistake that I see people making when they have the Premier package, and that's not using their specialty dining. If you have the Premier package, the thing that makes the Premier package the most like value is specialty dining. If you're not using the specialty dining, if you're not using the photos, but mostly the specialty dining, if you're not taking advantage of the Premier package benefits, you are paying money for no reason at all. So make sure you have the Premier package, you are doing specialty dining as much as you possibly can. Yeah, sure, checking out the main dining room occasionally is okay, but make sure you're doing the specialty dining. That is why you have that package in terms of financial reason. If you're like, I just wanted the premier package just to have the premier package, then that's a different story. You do you. But if you book the premier package because you're like, I want the best value for my money, you need to be doing specialty restaurants. So check out in advance where your specialty restaurants are, which ones you can do dining reservations. Booking in advance is kind of hit and miss. Before Princess would let you book it, pay for it, but then you could like call, have your travel agent call and they can refund you. Now, my experience with current clients is that Princess is saying, nope, we won't refund in advance because they're having too many no shows. So, Princess is making us wait until my clients are on board. And then once they show up for their dining, then they'll get refunded as onboard credit. I'm hoping, I haven't had anyone sailing yet with this new policy change. I'm hoping it is refundable onboard credit and not just like non-refundable onboard credit. But anyway, make your dining reservations in advance. I do recommend still doing that just because of the fact that it can book up fast. Otherwise, if you don't, you're like, nope, I don't want to pay and then get reimbursed. Make sure you're going on embarkation day and making all those dining reservations so you don't miss out, especially if you're doing like a special occasion where you're like, I have the premier package because it's our 20th anniversary and we want to go and do these to specialty restaurants, especially if you're on like the Sun Princess and there's so many options on it. You want to make sure you're making those reservations when you get on the ship right away if you're not doing them in advance, because you don't want to miss out. You're like, oh, I really want to do teppanyaki on our anniversary. You want to make those reservations as soon as possible. If you're finding this video helpful, be sure to subscribe, like, and hype. New thing, YouTube. Go check those out. Also, we run Facebook groups for all the ships now. Woohoo! And we also have Facebook groups just for our general channel and stuff like that. So links are all in the description, so go check those out. But be sure to subscribe because we post regularly all these amazing tips just for Princess. One mistake that I see quite a few people do, and it kind of like is like, oh, you didn't realize this. They only eat at the buffet. They don't realize that there are so many venues that are included in your package. Even if you have the standard package, which is what we sail with, there are so many venues that you can eat at. You don't have to stick with the buffet. I have heard this from people that were first time cruisers and then had me as their travel agent after that, and they're like, oh, I can eat in the main dining room. Yes, the main dining room is included. I could have been having pizza my entire cruise. Yes, pizza is included. There's so many different venues. So usually you have your main dining rooms where you can actually sit down and have a like restaurant style meal. And then you get up and walk away. And then when you get back on land, you're like, I have to pay. Darn it. Anyway, you have like that kind of meal. And they can cater to a ton of different dietary stuff. Then you have like your more like grab and go kind of stuff. So your pizzas, your burgers, I say grab and go, but like you do have to wait for it to be cooked. But that's all included. Your international cafe food is included. Your ocean now is pretty much included. There's just that one time charge. So there's so much stuff that you could do. Like ocean now, that $15 per person per cruise that you pay, like per person using it, totally worth it. Press on your app, I want a burger and fries, and then you wait a while and a burger and fries comes to you. Totally, totally worth it. Use the stuff that is included. Make sure you're not just eating at the buffet the same food all the time because the dining rooms are great. The grab and go, all that kind of stuff is so amazing. Just make sure you're not eating at the same place. And again, if you're using that premier package, make sure you're eating at the specialty dining. If you have the plus package or the premier package, make sure you're using up that casual dining. If you're in a hurry and you want a quick breakfast, and especially if it's a port day, make sure you use that breakfast card. You're going to get a card that has like breakfast choices, and that is included in your cruise fare. That is not an extra cost. That is room service for breakfast that you can order. We've done this a few times. Hopefully we took footage of our last cruise on the Sun Princess because it was like, oh, we have to meet for our excursion before the dining room opens. And we are definitely converted to the main dining room for breakfast. And we did the buffet once, I think. We did not like it. The cards do not normally work on like if you're doing a back-to-back cruise, they're not going to work on turnaround day. But we wrote on it. We were told by our room attendant just to write on it, staying on board or continue. I don't remember what we're in transit guest, and we were able to use it on that day. But we really like it for when we have like early morning excursions because we can get breakfast and eat before the main dining room is open because we love that. The buffet breakfast is no longer our favorite. We are converted to main dining room. We are main dining room people. Never saw that coming. If you have a dietary restriction or even a dietary preference, talk to your wait staff. The main dining room staff are amazing and they just want you to be happy. They're not like restaurants where they're like, oh, we don't want to accommodate anything that's not like right off the menu. No, no, no. They're more than happy to accommodate if they can. Obviously, like they can't make me a meatless steak. Like that's not going to happen. They just don't have the ingredients. They will try their best to do what they can with what they have. If you see that there's pasta, but you don't like the sauce that's on it and you want a different sauce, you can always ask. If you are celiac and you need something gluten free, often what you do is you sit down and you have your menu. They often have you do it the night before so that way they can prep things as they need to. But they will be like, hey, here's your menu. What do you want on this? And we will try to make it gluten free for you. Again, they're not magic. They can't make stuff that they just can't do, but they will try their hardest. I am vegan, vegetarian, veg fluid, I call it, but I try to be vegan as much as possible. And so for me, there's times where I'm like, I wanted vegan desserts. And so our main dining room staff were amazing. And somehow I magically got vegan desserts every single night. And they were incredible, incredible, because I didn't have anything on Discovery and it made me sad. So I was super happy. So, like, all you have to do is ask. All you have to do is ask. And the worst that can happen is they say no. But if you have dietary like restrictions or allergies, make sure you let your dining staff know because they will try to accommodate the best that they can. Like I said, they're not like a land restaurant where they're not usually that accommodating. These people want you happy and these people want you fed. So they're not gonna like go out of their way to make it hard. If you're a picky eater, or even if you have dietary restrictions and you're like, I just want a baked potato and veggies, feel free to ask for that. If it's that you don't see spaghetti on the menu and you're like, I just want spaghetti tonight, feel free to order that. I did. I did. I don't know if we have footage of it, but I did. Also, feel free to order off the kids' menu. If you're like, I'm not really hungry. We had a big lunch. We were often at port and had lunch off port, and now I'm not sure. Feel free to ask for the kids' menu. They're not afraid to give it to you. They're more than happy to. If you want just a burger off the kids' menu or grilled cheese or peanut butter and jam, feel free to do that. My thing was always like just broccoli and mashed potatoes. Especially like I said, I'm vegetarian, vegan, and so the vegan menu is kind of like the same. It's only a 7-day menu, and so if there was something that I didn't like, good morning. If there was something that I didn't like, and every 7 days I was getting the same thing. When you're on a long cruise, it's kind of harder. So there was times where I was just like, I don't feel like any of this. I'm just gonna order off the menu and just want mashed potatoes and broccoli. My daughter's now awake, so we're gonna wrap this up quickly, but not knowing what's included. So again, like I said, with the Plus and Premier packages, not realizing that like Alfredo's, how many casual dining meals do you get with Plus? Now it's 4. Whereas Premier it's unlimited, and not realizing that you have those as options. Not realizing that with Premier you have those specialty dining restaurants. So Crown Grill, you can go to Crown Grill every night if you want to. You can do it because it's included. So make sure you know what's included in each package because it'll save you time and money by knowing what's in it. Because if you're not using those Premier package benefits and the Plus package benefits, there's no point in getting a package if you're not using that. So if you want to know what's included in your package in the Plus, the Premier, what's included if you have the standard package, check out our guide right here. It's our complete dining guide for Princess. So go check it out because it's going to explain to you all the different dining menus and where you can eat for what package you have.